Hello and hi everyone. This is April with Plan with April, and we are back for a spiral notebook plan with me. Now, I've already got everything penciled out, so I'm just gonna pop in there and just decorate. So this is gonna be a 3-stage process. The first one was plan with me, just kind of, or not plan with me, just see what the layout was gonna be. This one is going to be decorate with me, and then the next one will be plan with me to see how I fill everything up. So, of course, I've got my Pen and Gear spiral notebook. It is the college ruled 70 sheets, 10.5 by 8 inch. You can find them pretty much everywhere. I ordered this washi tape off of Amazon, and it's just the 4th of July. It's got some little gnomes. It's got some 4th of July. Originally, I had talked about doing a totally different theme for July, and then it hit me. It's July. Like red, white, and blue. So I have got my Signo 1.0 filled with a navy blue ink. I have my Tombow 837, which is kind of a maroon that I think is going to match this really, really well. Of course, I have my Seeker's Cove 2 palette knife, which I use to cut my washi tape, and my handy dandy can't do math ruler. So that is what we are working with. And of course, what I already have laid out. As you probably remember, this is my growing my first garden notebook. So I do have already many things in here. Originally, I talked about not doing any kind of like pen. I was going to use my Muji 0.5 because I didn't want it to smear, but I really want to stick with the whole red, white, and blue theme. So what I'm going to do, it might take a few minutes for it to completely dry and do its thing, but I want to go in here and I want to pen all of my lines. Originally, I had penciled all of these in. I highly recommend penciling them in, especially if this is your first layout that you've done in a spiral notebook. Does it matter if everything is straight? No. This is your notebook. So if it doesn't matter to you, girl, it doesn't matter to me. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so I'm just going in here. I know that I had originally done these lines, but I don't have days on those lines. So I'm actually going to use that area to decorate with my washi tape. Now, I followed all of my channel like statistics, and it shows who subscribes and like who watches my videos. If you are not following, please do, or subscribing, please do, because that really helps me understand who is following and who's watching and who really my audience is. At this point, I've got an idea, but unless you subscribe to my channel, I do not know 100% what my market is. I imagine everyone is a planner. We all enjoy the same thing, right? Sitting down, getting paper and pen, and just being creative. That is where I live. If I could do this full time as a job, oh my gosh, I would work 100 hours a week. I'm not kidding you. I would work all the time. Because I love this. I absolutely love this. If I'm not planning or working my 9 to 5, quote 9 to 5, I am absolutely, I forgot to do that one, darn it. I am absolutely in my journals. I am in my planners. I am in my mode where I'm writing books. I am very much an analog person. I love the feel of paper. I love the feel of pens. I love that whole textural vibe that I get when I plan. I absolutely love planning. My most watched videos to date are these plan with me's when I do my spiral notebook. And I think I need to honor that more. I get so caught up in my Hobonichi and my journaling that I oftentimes neglect my spiral notebook planning. And I don't know why that is. I really don't, because I enjoy doing this so stinking much. It's so creative. You're starting out with a lined piece of paper. It's like bullet journaling, but let's be honest. Bullet journaling is harder. I'm not going to lie. I find bullet journaling so much harder than doing this. It's ridiculous. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Tombow. Am I going to go in with my Tombow? Think, April. What are you going to do? Yeah, I'm going to go in with my Tombow. And I am going to do circles. And I'm going to do a circle here. Yes. This is where my date dots are going to go. Are they going to go in blue? Maybe. Maybe they'll go in white. I've got my white pens. I could totally do white for these. So far, loving this layout. I want this ink to dry completely before I try to go back with any kind of marker or gel pen. I do have a few different gel pens to choose from. I'll probably either use this one or this one. We'll see. We'll see. Whichever one I use, you will totally know. Okay, so hopping into my washi tape, I got this D-ring over on Amazon, and I absolutely love it, which I also got the washi tape over on Amazon, and I absolutely love it. So why don't we do, I am feeling some gnomes. Totally feeling the gnome vibe. So let's pop in here, move these guys over, grab these gnomes, set these back aside, and grab my palette knife. Where's my split? Right here. Perfect. I'm going to pop in here with my pencil, and I'm going to, I almost said delete. I am going to delete July. You know what I mean. You know what I'm doing. I'm going to pop these cuties in here. Oh my goodness. How adorable. I will link this washi tape down below in the description so that if you want to grab this washi tape, you sure can. I am also going to, I think I'm going to tear because I don't want it too exact on the bottom. Just going to go ahead and tear the left and right, and I'm going to pop this down here. Perfect. Now, there is some more decor that I want to do on here, and I am thinking I want something patterned. So let's do the flag. And I am just going to pop that right in here. Now, I'm not actually going to be planning today in this portion. We're a couple weeks out from July. So really what I'm doing is just getting everything in here that I want, and then I will go back and do like what I'm actually planning on. So this is going to be my goals. So I'm going to have one here. 3 goals for the month is plenty for me. If I do more than that, I find that I get anxious. I can't do more than 3. So I am going to, 3 goals a month is plenty for me. I'm going to delete that pencil out of there, which seems like a little bit more work than if you didn't, but I prefer it just to kind of line it out and see what I'm doing. Also, that made me recognize that I also need to put some washi tape up in here because I did mark the first of the month as this day here. So we'll just cover that in like that. I think it looks really good. I'm going to write in Monday. I'm just going to do 3 letters for each one. And these are all lowercase. You can do uppercase or a combination of both. But look at that already. Like, I feel like that looks really good already. I am going to take my lightest gray, which is going to be, is it N95? Ooh, not that one. N95, N89. I think it's going to be N89. I'm going to pop that down just for a quick shadow. So I'm just going to shadow the side here. Okay. Come over here and over here. Down here. And down here. Perfect. It just adds a tiny bit of dimension. It doesn't add a whole lot, but it does add a tiny bit of dimension. I am going to get my pen going. Let's see how this is going to look. I'm not 100% sold. I'll be honest with you. Let's try the jelly rolls. There we go. See if we can get a bolder. This is also a 10. If you have an option to get this in a smaller tip, I totally would. Just because this is going to get a bit hard to read because this tip is so big. I think it'll work fine, but if you can get it in like a 0.5, it might work better. Also, I am a big writer. Like, I write everything larger, so if you are a smaller writer, you can probably do just fine. Perfect. Although, I want to say July has 31 days. I may have to go back and correct that. Not even kidding as I look at it. But that is where we are at. I am going to highlight these little boxes a little bit just to give them a little zhuzh. I think zhuzh is always good in planning. Perfect. So that sets up our month. Let's go ahead and turn this sideways, and I'm going to write really big. July 20. And that is just with my Tombow marker, and that is an 837. I don't have a lot of Tombows in different colors. Most of mine are neutral, so I was really, really happy to see that I had the Tombow in that color, and I am absolutely loving this, loving this. In fact, I'm going to pop in here. I'm not going to remove this at all from, I'm just trying to find the edge, from the holder. I'm just going to grab my palette knife. What I want is just this. That is all I want. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to snip that right off of there. Perfect. And then I'm going to grab my tweezers. And I am going to put that at an angle right there. And then I'm really going to smudge it down. Perfect. Smudge. I think that is a planner technical term. Smudge. I do. Wine time. Perfect. So that takes care of the monthly page. I like that. Let us pop over now to our habits. Habits are going to be quite a few lines. And I'm only going to do the external lines. So our border, I guess they're not external. They're border lines. Borderline. That's not a real song. I just made it up. Thank you very much. Royalties. No. No. Let me grab my larger ruler. Want a very large ruler. Oh, this pen is like butter. It's like butter. Butter on the paper. I don't know why I said it that way. Okay. So remember when I was saying I would use my Muji because it wouldn't smear? There's what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know why that sounded like a monk song, but it did. It is what it is. Oh, see? All right. Let me see if I can do it point up and if that'll do less. It doesn't matter. The goal will be on those days to really focus on making sure that I do. Oh my God, that's a really good idea, you guys. So habits for me are difficult daily. But if I have a smudge that I need to fill in, I bet you 10 doll hairs, I am going to do my best that day to make sure that I get that done, right? So that I can fill in that square. Tell me I am not the only one. I'm not the only one. No, I am not going to quit planning so that I can start singing. That is not a career you guys have to worry about coming to see me in Vegas for. Although, do they do planning conventions in Vegas? Because I would really like to do that. Also, I broke the snail, you can tell, and I had to glue it because, oh, mother of pearl, did it sting. I was doing something, I was cleaning the bathroom counter, and caught it, and not only caught it, but like pushed it into the wall. Oh, Bergen. It hurts so bad. And I'm like, I don't have time to go get my nails done before I film. I'm just going to have to glue it. And I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, that'll work. And then I looked at it again and I'm like, oh, it looks like it's broken. Like it looks like there's nail glue in there. It's all good. All right, this is where I have to flip because there is a lot of gush. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't like it. Otherwise I wouldn't have commented on it. I don't know why I was passive aggressive like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like how it's smeared. But I really wanted to use the red, white, and blue. And so I have committed to that. And that is what I'm doing. So quit whining and just go with it. Okay. So, not my favorite. Not gonna lie. That is not my favorite. I really feel like I let myself down on that. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it is what it is. Especially like, I don't know. I'm not gonna panic about it and I'm not gonna try to fix it. I'm not gonna go back in there and be like, okay, we're not gonna redo it. We're not gonna tear out this page. Because you know what? It does not have to be perfect. And I need to remind myself of that. It does not have to be perfect. It doesn't. As you hear me take a deep breath, that is not the wine talking. That is my OCD talking. And, I only have OCD on certain things. And I don't even know if it's really OCD. When it comes to, like, so funny. Like, not ha ha ha, but when I have people coming over, I try to present our house in the best way possible. There is 31 days. I'm going to have to go back and fix that calendar. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't even remember. Let's put in the dates. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like the count from Sesame Street. 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I mention I'm really glad you're here for all of this? Ugh. Honestly, I will be uploading all of this when it's done, like a separate video, so you can just see how it looks and you don't have to go through this whole process of me doing this, unless you really like it. And if you like it, thanks. Let's be besties for life. All right, so there's that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 things I want to track. Are you ready for this? I'm not ready for this. Lord, that's a lot of things to track. 32 ounces of water. I know. People do like 2 gallons. I'm going to concentrate on 32 ounces. If you haven't been here for a while, I also don't do math, so I think that's 1/4 of a gallon, but it could be half a gallon, but I'm not sure at all. Wash my hair. I know, you're like, oh my gosh, don't you do that daily? No, because to find the motivation for that would mean to wake up earlier, and I'm working a lot of overtime right now, and waking up early is just wine time. All right, wine over. Dinner. One of my favorite things to do is to cook. Like, I enjoy Sunday meal planning and meal prepping. I love cooking. It's where I'm happy. I'm happiest in the kitchen. If you ever come over to our house, I will cook for you. I will cook a 9-course meal for you. I will smother you in food. That sounds inappropriate, but you know what I mean. So I want to track how many times a month I cook dinner, because that also helps with my cortisol levels. And I've been talking about that across my channel so much, how I feel like my cortisol levels are high. Have I been to the doctor? Have they tested it? No. I just feel like they are. Also, I have to switch to, oh, there's my pen test for that. I have to switch to a non-scented or non-fragrant soap. Starting to get little bumps on my fingers. I thought at first they were stress, but I saw on the World Wide Web, Google Doctor here, that it could be caused from just scented oil or scented hand lotion and hand wash. So if you have any tips or any favorites that you have that are unscented, please comment down below. Help a girl out. I also want to track fuel in my car. Okay. I'm going to explain this one just like I did dinner. When I drive my car, here's the full tank, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's full. This is where I live, on the 3/4 to empty. I am not kidding you. A couple weeks ago, I came home from work and I asked Wes, that's my husband, hey, do you have any extra fuel for like the lawnmower or your dirt bikes? And he's like, yeah, I think I've got a couple gallons. And I'm like, I said, can I borrow it? He's like, borrow it. Yeah. So I've been running on empty for the last 2 days. And he's like, April. Yeah. So let me just tell you, I drive a Toyota FJ and it runs really well on dirt bike fuel, which is non-ethanol. Can I afford to fill it up with that? No. But he now takes my vehicle every week and fills it up for me. That's the kind of person I found. I know. Hold out, ladies, gentlemen. Get the right person. Like the person that's going to go fill your tank up for you. He said it saves him money because he said his dirt bike fuel is really expensive. So, either way, I feel like I won. I'm also going to put down that I want to read every day, which probably will not happen, but I would like to track how often it does happen. I ordered myself a new journal. It's a paperback and it's 365 days or 365 pages. I would like to write it in every day, but I need to start off slow. I think it'll take me a couple of years to fill up the book, but I'm going to put it down on my habit tracker. Breakfast is another thing that if I don't pre-plan breakfast, I will eat crap. And by crap, I mean Mickey D's. And by Mickey D's, I mean 2 sausage egg McMuffins with cheese for breakfast. It's not the best for me. Or I'll run through Starbucks and get something even worse. So I need to do better at meal. Ooh, why don't I put meal prep down? That is a Sunday adventure. And if I can do that every Sunday in the month of July, I will be setting myself up for success. Limited, ready, overtime at work. I really need to focus on this in July. We're going on vacation, so I feel like I have to put in double the amount of hours before I leave and double the amount of hours when I get back so that I make up for taking time off. Please comment below if you feel the same. You know what? Comment below if you don't feel the same and give me some insight on that, because I need to work on that. The other ones I'm not sure of yet, so I'm going to leave those blank and we are going to hop into recipes. Again, I need to eat well. I need to do better about taking care of not only myself, but my husband. I love to cook, so cooking is not a hard thing for me. I don't come home from work and go, I don't want to cook. if anything else, I come home from work and I look forward to chopping and cutting and getting the aggressions out from the day on a cutting board rather than with my words. Because that's a thing too. I can get a little vicious with my words sometimes. I fight unfairly, is what I've been told. So for these recipes, I know I like how I just like skim over that and move on. You're like, wait a minute, go back to, no, we're not going back. We're only moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, so my fingernails get in the way often. If yours get in the way often, I'm with you. I am with you. Next time I will not use this pen, even though it is beautifully colored as the exact shade that I wanted. It's not working out. It's really smudging and I don't have the patience to wait for it to dry before I move on to another row. So if you are planning on using the Signo, don't. I mean, you can, just know that this is what could happen, right? This is exactly what could happen. Plop those guys down. This is linked down below in my description. It's probably one of my very favorite tools that I use for my planner. It's a palette knife. I originally saw it on Cindy's channel. She uses one of these to cut her washi tape. She's world famous. I absolutely adore her. So go pick yourself up one if you haven't already. It makes cutting washi tape so nice. Shopping. So that is my shopping list. These are my recipes. There we go. Super simple layout. I really, really like it. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop here for now and maybe put up a part 2 to do the week. So stay tuned for part 2. I love you. Bye.